Hello, welcome back to the show. Green Zebra Gardening here. My name is Luis. Today I'm gonna set you guys up on a tripod. I'm holding on a tripod, but I'm gonna set you up and I'm gonna do a time lapse. We're gonna go ahead and have you see what I'm doing in the garden behind me. You can see the cart there. I got so much stuff on there, it's not even funny. But I'm just gonna go through and tie up some tomatoes. I'm gonna clean them up, cut off the suckers. I think I figured out which ones are the Paul Robesons compared to the Siberians. I don't know if I posted that on here, but I bought a ton of Siberian tomatoes because they're determinate, and they're only, they only need maybe a couple months. But I also tossed in some Paul Robesons just to get some big tomatoes and to see if they live through the winter here. But I didn't know where I'd put them. I think I found one. Let me turn you guys here around. Okay, and so I think this is it. The one on the actual wooden 1x2. I was gonna use this wood. This is what I had the original Magidome set up on at the other spot, and so we took it down, and so I ended up with all this wood. And I was gonna set it up here, but I don't know that I really have the space for it. So I figured, you know what, it'll help clean out that area, and we're gonna go ahead and set up the 1x2 so help hold up the tomato plants. Because I could get more green stakes, but if I already have it, what's the point of me going out and buying more? I still do have some of this green plant tie. I'm not a huge fan of it because it's a pain in the ass to take it off at the end of the season and try and get up every piece. But if I've got it, again, why do it or why not use it? I do have tons of twine. Let me show you what I have over here. We had to clip the tomato. I know, it's sad, because it was on a branch that was pretty much like not good. This is the case for the mic. I realized I didn't put it in the video I told you I was going to do it in, but this is the external mic on my phone for shooting these videos. As a Movo Photo. But anyways, I have the peas. I want to say these are the blue potted, but I'm not positive. I have some buckwheat seed here. I don't know if I'm going to actually use it. More of the green tape and one of the mini rolls of twine that I have, and just a trowel, nothing major. So I still have to clean this up. There's lots of tomatoes on it. Again, these are the Siberians, so these are supposed to be determinate. They're probably not going to get that big. I think that's probably the tallest they're going to get. They're going to put all of their fruit at once. I'm going to have a crop load of tomatoes all at once, but like I said, I do have some of the Paul Robesons, which I'm guessing this is another one here, and I'm going to have to clean it up and look at it that way. I'm not going to connect the wood to each other. I'm just going to put it into the ground and set them up with this tape. Neither one of these ends are pointed, they're just flat. But if they last me the season, or basically the lifespan of the tomato, I'm more than happy with it. For the tomatoes, or sorry, for the peas, I'm thinking of putting it on that trellis there. And I don't know if I'm gonna do it in this video or the next video. I may clean this all up and then do a specific video just on that bed on planting peas, because I did tell you guys I was gonna show you some pea planting and whatnot. So this might go up after the hose reel, but before the actual peas. So I may push back the peas one, and it is kind of early in the, I guess, fall season to be doing that, because we do get our heat at the end of September really bad here. We just started September, so I don't know how early I want to start it, but with all these plants going around it, it should shade it a little, so they don't get burnt up, but we'll see. Worst case scenario, we can always put in another round of peas. Anyways, less yakking. I'm gonna set this up. I was waiting for the sun to go down a little on that side over there, and then that way you guys don't have the sun right in the camera. But anyways, I'm gonna quit yakking, and I'm gonna set you guys up on probably this cage here. Shooting this way, we're gonna do it on a time lapse. So I'm gonna probably insert this in between, because I know you guys probably don't want to see me doing all that work and on time lapse, but I'm gonna insert this in between. I'm gonna probably try and do maybe the next bed, because I've completed. Oh no, I haven't completed this one. I have a tomato plant down there that needs to be picked up. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys. So these are the 1x2s that I'm using. This proves to you that this was part of the Magidome, because when we took it down, we couldn't get all the screws out. It was a mess. So I ended up just leaving them connected, and it's gonna be this one, and then the one in between is directly in the soil. I mean, they're all in the soil, but these two are connected. I think it gives it a little more rigidity. Probably not that much, but anyways, I am just on some of them because I have to combine a few vines. I'm using the clips and then tying. Let's see if I can do this. And then tying them in here. So I'm putting this like green tape stuff on the clips, so it's holding onto the clip itself rather than the plant, because the plant clips obviously are not going to fit across. Here, see, it may go part of the way, but it's not going to go all the way. If they were a tiny bit thinner, maybe like a 1x1, then maybe, which is I think basically with those green poles in the back are what it boils down to. But I'm going to have to go ahead and do that one there. I'm going to put you guys back up on the stand in a second, and I'm thinking I might try and tackle that bed, that next bed, because the one after that, here and down that way, those are all vines, so those I don't need. I'm going to try and clean them up a little. There are some tomato plants in there. I'm going to try and stake them up. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. I'm pulling out the grass as I go along. The tomato plants are just on the ground. But yeah, so at least we're getting some more airflow in here. And there is a kale plant in there that has survived. The other one doesn't look all that great. This one doesn't look all that great, but there's one back here, that one looks okay. And at least this way I can also come in and top these beds off with either compost, or in that tub right there I do have coffee grounds from the ones that I've been picking up from a local shop. I told you guys, I found a local roaster. Their coffee is phenomenal. They have a small farm in El Salvador where they grow one of the coffees they sell here, and so then they ship it up here basically technically to themselves, and then they roast it, grind it, and make coffee out of them, and use the coffee for all the different reasons. But I'm going through and also deadheading the zinnias, that way the new blooms will start continue to come. So I just did this one, and so you have all these new ones coming in. Let's move that back there. But anyways, I'm going to set you guys back up on the tripod. I'm going to fix this one. I think it's only one plant. Pull the grass out of here. Yeah, thankfully it's just coming up as like just a one root, but I gotta stay on top of it, because if I don't, then it's gonna take over the bed. We don't need that. I just came from that. But anyways, we'll set you back up and we'll go from there. Alright, so it got dark, so I don't know how well you guys can see this. So like I showed you a minute ago, I went ahead and set that one up there. This is that one that I want to put the peas in. I still want to put the netting up and down. But this one is the other one I just did. This is the other one I wanted to get finished, or I wanted to get finished those three. But anyways, here's another one of those pieces from the Magidome. This plant here was so massive, I just went ahead and basically ran the twine back and forth. I don't know if you can really see that, like right here and right here. On the end over here we have one plant, and then in the middle we kind of have a whole nother one. And then over here, I'm at the, so I can lighten this up in post. We have two more plants. And we did open up some space. Wow, yes, this is gonna be dark. I did open up some space on the beds themselves, and so now we have basically more ground space, because I've picked up the plants. But we can see that the marigolds are in here, are thriving actually. So I'm wondering how they're gonna do when they get more sun, because the tomato plants have all of a sudden been picked up. But anyways, I haven't touched anything on this side. I did clip one of the vines from the cantaloupe here that was kind of crawling over here, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try and do these videos for showing how I, what I'm doing and whatnot, and then that way you guys can see how I basically quote unquote run my garden and how we do this. Let me flip you guys around here. Alright, I don't know how dark or how bright this is going to be, but I'm trying to get it here without trying to capture all the sound from the other side. That's why the microphone is facing towards me. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and keep doing these videos. I'm probably going to put this one up before the pea video. Excuse me, on the trellis I just showed you a few minutes ago, or a minute ago, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and probably put these up. If you guys like seeing me, like, just clean up the garden and just the maintenance itself, let me know in the comments. If there's anything specific you want to see, also please let me know in the comments. I do accept constructive criticism. I mean, I know there's people out here that, believe it or not, aren't that very nice. I know the gardening community on IG is amazing. I know the gardening community on Facebook is usually pretty good. Depends on the kind of groups that you're in. But on YouTube, it's notorious. That's why I don't even post that much on Reddit, because they're even worse. Although in the gardening community, they're pretty good about it. But anyways, I am basically out of light. I'm gonna go ahead and take off. I was gonna say post some links below, but I don't have any links of any specific product I showed you. I will have my regular affiliate links down there. If there's any questions on what is this or what is that, please let me know. As always, please go ahead and subscribe, as I will be posting these updates as to how I'm working. I'm going to be posting probably not necessarily a how-to, but kind of tutorials showing how I do different things. As an example, cleaning up the beds, or planting peas, or maybe starting seeds. I do have a whole full-on playlist on how I start my seeds and peat pellets. It's a full playlist basically from seeding all the way to planting out, and those are mainly for your peppers, eggplants, and tomatoes, usually in the spring. They do amazingly well. I am in a new location, so I'm gonna have to kind of basically learn a new language here. I have topped off these beds. I just thought of it. I just topped off these beds also with some coffee grounds, so those I water them in, and everything's looking pretty good. I'm very excited about the tomatoes that we are hoping to get out of here. But that's pretty much it. I am really out of light. Wow, the screen is dark. I wonder how it's gonna look, but I will try. Alright, so again, subscribe to keep up with the updates, or to stay up on the updates. Hit the bell notification, drop a comment below, and that's really it. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.